say that like that.
Hey, man. Hey, I'm a Ninja Turtles fan. Okay, I will ooze wherever I like.
This one drink that's not even bad, you won't drink, and I'm confused. I am in anger.
Good for you guys. I don't watch a lot of movies. I go outside. Okay?
Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Too Many Words Podcast. I am your host, Isaac William Joseph. Right next to me is my best friend, Jordan Van Cleve. This is episode 126, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. That's crazy. I don't think I've done anything 126 times in a row except poop. So, Jordan, how are you doing?
I'm doing all right. I'm tired.
Yeah, it is a little bit
It's a
late.
little late. What time is it, Isaac?
It is 11:11. Make a wish.
I wish this gets done fast.
Oh, all right. Tuesday, January 7th. Tuesday. It's like we're back in our first days of doing stuff.
Yeah. Schedules are hard.
Yeah. Why are we recording on a Tuesday?
Because both of our cars are broken.
Yeah, both of our cars suck. It sucks.
I think this. Yeah. So this is the first recording of the new year, isn't it? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I don't have a beard anymore.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about it. New everything. Things are changing, whether we like it or not. So, yeah, Jordan, what is the word of the week? First things first.
You're gonna like this one. Oh, I ain't got sound on. It told me that time.
Teetotailing.
Huh?
Teetotailing.
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 Choosing not to drink alcohol.
I love it.
She practices teetotailing at all events.
I love it. I'm a
Teetotailing.
I'm a bust that at the next
Teetotailing.
function. Hey, sorry, I'm teetotailing. What? I'm teetotailing. What?
What?
You'll understand when you're sober.
You'll understand if you watch episode 126 of the Too Many Words Podcast.
Hell yeah. Jordan, do we have any new Instagram followers?
I don't know.
Probably not.
I guess it never hurts to look.
Never hurts to look. Let's both look at the same time. That's terrible podcasting, but we're going to just do it anyways.
We're still talking. We're still talking to each other.
Nope, no new followers. Oh, what else is new? Anyways, announcements, Jordan. Announcements? We got announcements?
Okay.
I will say that my short film marketplace is getting relaunched. I don't think I've said that before on the podcast.
I have no idea. Maybe.
But yeah, my short film is getting relaunched. I'm reformatting the script, revising it. It's been literally over a year since I last looked at it, and I can tell that I've grown. Jordan, are you proud of me?
Yeah.
Heck yeah. So yeah, we're reformatting the script as we speak right now. The goal for January and February is to get literally as much of the movie prepped as possible before shooting. That's props, staffing, setting, mapping out a shot list, mapping out a schedule, all right? And then when we finally get it casted, people who agreed to act in it, we're going to schedule far out enough. I'm thinking April, but, I wouldn't be surprised if push comes to shove. We got to put it in May, which is still enough time with the way I'm looking at the year. We'll just block out literally a solid week of our lives. Like literally in that week, don't call me. I'll call you, okay? Because I'll be making a movie. And so, that's just 6 or 7 days. We dedicate our lives to a character, a role, just telling a story together. And then after that, we all go back to our lives, back to work, back to church, back to whatever it is that you go to normally. So yeah, I'm trying to do this on a more professional scale than my last short film, because that's just what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to get better and better every day, every time. You know, and even if you regress a little bit, sometimes that's okay too. As long as you keep at it and keep getting better and better and better. And I don't know.
You're crazy.
I should be a hype coach, but
I wouldn't.
why not?
Don't.
You just don't like sports.
No, I mean, okay. We're gonna do the hot take next for the next
What?
segment. Yeah.
What is this, like April Fools or something? What
no,
are we doing?
No.
We're doing the
April
hot-
Fools?
We're doing a hot take right now?
Well, after you're done with this segment.
Oh, well, this segment is announcements. Is there anything else that you could think of that's new?
No?
This is not necessarily an announcement, but we're thinking
Not thinking. Trying.
of maybe getting into the 4th of July parade
Parades.
for
Parades.
Urbandale.
I wonder if the Dallas Center one might be a little bit.
Easier to get into?
Yeah.
Look it up, man. We can make things happen.
I don't know who the mayor is these days, but I bet you I could get an audience with him.
Yeah. But here's the thing, though. There's a lot of people in Urbandale that know us
Yeah.
and would be excited. And
I'm not saying we don't
people
do
would
that.
show
I'm just
up
saying.
and show out, being like, "Oh shoot, Isaac and Jordan are in the parade for their podcast thing. That's crazy!"
That is crazy.
Like, dude, literally, like, roughly 100 people would probably like come out to that and be like, "Whoa, look at that!"
If we got a QR code on the side of it, yeah.
I think we would probably get subs, a lot of subs.
Faux show.
That might do some like convention level numbers.
Faux show.
That's crazy, bro. That's crazy. We would have to buy candy because if you don't, to quote
Yeah.
Rajon Monroe, if you don't bring candy and you're in a parade, you're a jerk.
Yeah. Yeah. That's like the entire point people go to parades.
Yeah, not QR codes. I mean,
Exactly.
our YouTube channel's special, but
We
like,
should. Here's an idea. We could also get a little paper QR codes and like tape them to the candy.
maybe.
I mean,
Sounds like a lot of
if
extra
they don't
work.
care, they can just throw it away.
Yeah, maybe.
And like we can print like 20 of those suckers on a single piece of paper.
We could just have 2 people with a picket sign with our QR code. Too.
That too. That would. But just it's an idea. Okay, man. We
Yeah,
could, like
yeah,
I said,
yeah.
you could print 20 of them on a piece of
Yeah,
paper,
we got
man.
a lot of time to think about whether or not we're even doing this. So,
True.
but yeah, that's an announcement. See, Jordan, when I do get my own place, I think that whether or not I land an interview, I think I can just fully embrace Unfadable to be my show, and on the 1st of every month, I'll just do a wrap up of what Scald Stone's doing.
Yeah.
You know, announcements, expectations,
Yeah.
you know, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then like interviews will just be bonus episodes throughout the month.
Yeah.
What do you think of that?
Absolutely.
Heck yeah.
Oh wait, I got one more announcement.
What?
My head is bald.
Yeah. I was gonna mention that in side quests.
I guess I forgot about that segment.
You forgot about one of our biggest like segments.
Yeah. It's more of an announcement.
Don't
anyway.
worry, we'll go deeper into it in side quests. But yeah, congratulations, you have alopecia.
That's racist.
Never mind, I'm not gonna say it. I was gonna make a Will Smith joke. It's fine.
All right. Hot take.
Sure, let's get it.
I just want to get it over with because this one's kind of stupid. Apple Maps is better than Google Maps.
I don't care.
Just say yes or no.
9 times out of 10, like if there's like if someone drops me a link to go somewhere, or I have to click on something to go somewhere, just like any occasion where I just have to go somewhere, right? And I don't know how to get there, so I use a GPS. Sometimes, like, I prefer Apple Maps.
I do too.
Because that's just how
Even though
I'm conditioned, I
it
guess.
actually recently screwed me up, but you know.
But like
Christmas.
occasionally I'll run into a situation where for some reason I have to use Google Maps, you know?
Sometimes addresses don't exist on Apple Maps, and it frustrates me.
And 9 times out of 10, maybe even 99 times out of 100, I would have to say that I'm in too big of a rush to just re-put in the
you have
address
an
to just go
iPhone.
to Apple.
You have an iPhone. The most convenient for you is to just use the one that's built in, and like the one that's built in for iPhones is Apple. The one that's built in for Android is Google. So like, it doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah, but have you ran into those occasions where it just takes you to Google Maps?
No,
No? Well, it's happened to me.
unless I go to a website and Google this location first, but usually I look it up in Apple Maps.
Well, it's happened to me, and I am just too lazy to be like, no, I want to use Apple Maps, and then just take the address and put it in Apple Maps. Like,
Like,
I'm not gonna do that.
I
you know?
find myself using Apple Maps just to find the phone number of places,
really
just
Yeah.
because that's like way easier.
Yeah, that's what I do too. Actually,
Yeah.
that's what I do that with Fleur Cinema all the time.
All the time.
Like, bro, I didn't think we were on the same wavelength for that. Dude, that's like, it is really like the most
super
convenient
easy.
thing. Like, you either go to Maps or you go to whatever your search engine is on your phone.
Yeah,
Like, Maps is just more convenient.
exactly.
So, yeah, that's nice. You're a smart person.
Yeah. People get surprised every time.
Man, I wonder when this cough's going to be gone.
Never.
I'm starting to get worried that if I have like a bronchitis or something. I don't have bronchitis, right?
I don't think so.
All right.
You know, there was a period where
don't
every
smoke, so
time
that'd be
I
crap.
drank a lot of like something really sugary or really syrupy, I would cough and it would not go away.
Like, I'm actually starting to get worried. I've had this for like over a month.
I don't know. That just kind of stopped because
More so annoyed.
I stopped drinking soda like for a long time and it went away after that. So,
This is BS, Jordan. Because, like, I don't smoke.
okay, that's not the only thing that can make you cough,
I
my
know.
dog.
But, like, I don't smoke, so I've earned it. I've earned not having a cough-based illness, okay? That's all I'm saying.
All right, talk about side quests.
Oh, we're going... What did you learn this week, Jordan?
Oh,
Man, this guy's all over the map.
I was gonna go grab something. Hang on. So I wrote this down actually. I learned that stoplights can go from green to yellow, back to green.
Excuse me.
That happened to me a few days ago.
Where... Were you on Mars? Like, what?
No, it's right over there, right in front of McDonald's.
That's
It
whack.
it was green, it went to yellow, and then it went back to green. I was thoroughly confused.
Yeah, that'd be confusing.
I was like, wait a second, I was just slowing down for this. Why is it green again?
That's so weird.
What'd you learn this week, Isaac?
You know what? I'd have to really think about that one. We've been so lost in the sauce for, like, everything. Like, I've just been trying to make it through the days, to be honest. I learned that my friend Faith doesn't like Mexican food. Does that count?
Yeah.
All right, my friend Faith does not like Mexican food. She prefers Asian food. I know nobody asked, but yeah. That feels weird. I almost feel like I have to ask her permission to talk about her dislike for Mexican food on the podcast, but it's whatever. Jordan, what are you doing?
Get your lips wet?
You're gonna get your lips wet?
Yeah.
Do we have some for get your lips wet?
Yeah.
Thank God. I was starting to feel like that was like slowly dying out as a segment. It's like a major one. So yeah, we gotta bring that back, baby. Jordan, are you like prepping right now?
Just poured it into a glass.
Homie's in the kitchen. I don't even know if you can hear him.
Did you say what you learned this week?
I did say what I learned this week.
Get them lips wet?
Yeah. Yes, sir. But I'm kind of on the same wavelength for her food preferences.
I only ask you drink all that I put in your glass.
You son of a...
What?
I think I know what you've done.
I think I know what you've done.
I think I know what you've
I don't
done.
think that's proper English.
Anyways, I'm on the same wavelength as my friend. I would prefer Asian food over Mexican food almost any day.
Nah.
Unless I have like a real hankering for two of these
See,
things.
I really like taco seasoning.
Which is,
really like taco seasoning.
okay, tamales or burritos. All right, those are the two major things. Not to say that I hate all other Mexican food. No, I like quesadillas. You know, those are good. I like a good taco every once in a while. But like what I run into a craving of is tamales
Tamales.
and burritos. More so tamales. But other than that, yeah, I prefer like sushi,
Sushi's great, though. Sushi really is
you
great.
know, or rice. It's like, is this beetroot, sir?
Beetroot?
Yeah, is this
No.
beetroot?
No,
Okay.
this is not.
Thank God, dude.
That would be an interesting option, though.
You know, we should
Since you
try
got that in
beetroot for. We should try beetroot for 1 week. It's just I need to be mentally prepared for that one.
And you probably want to be mentally prepared for this one, too.
What the frick is wrong with you? All right, well, time to get them lips wet. You already sipped it.
Yeah, I've already been drinking.
Oh, why does it smell like that?
What does it smell like?
I don't drink alcohol on camera.
What does it smell like?
Alcohol?
Well, that's because it is.
Yeah. what
You have
doing?
drank alcohol on camera numerous times.
Yeah, because my cat died. Who died? Who
that
died
was
this time?
that was straight whiskey.
It's about to be
I was
you.
talking about we had the Sunny D with the Ice Cream Sundae episode. We had the spiked Arnold Palmer for the Arnold Palmer Gauntlet.
Oh, well, that was like part of a thing.
Just like I said, all you gotta do is drink what I gave you in your glass. That's why I gave you very little. So this is this. I knew you weren't gonna like this one either. This is the Barntown raisin cinnamon roll.
Barntown, if I was a drinker, would probably be my favorite brand. Because Barntown almost knows how to get rid of the alcohol taste in their drinks.
Yeah.
My mom would probably use the word dangerous for a lot of their
Oh yeah,
drinks.
absolutely. But the ABV is usually really low.
I can taste the cinnamon. They're always really spot on with what they're trying to
Specifically,
make it
the
taste like.
cinnamon and the raisin in this are very present. Like
2 scoops.
very present.
Oh man. I'm never gonna like this alcohol taste. Never.
No.
Never.
See, the key lime, that one straight up just didn't have it,
Dude, no. No.
It didn't.
Dude, you will catch me drunk driving on the key lime. Holy crap, dog. Are you kidding me? Bro, if you just gave that to me saying, yeah, this is a little smoothie I made, I would drink 5 of them and then I'd suddenly feel sleepy. Okay? That's what would happen.
The key lime was by far one of the greatest ones I've ever had. I've had so many Barntowns. That one, oh.
It's like, hey, here's some True Moo.
I think the key lime and the Hawaiian Punch probably might be my 2 favorites. The Hawaiian Punch straight up just tastes like fizzy Hawaiian Punch. It's insane.
Honestly, if you gave this to me prepped like hot tea, this might not be bad either.
Honestly, I could see that one.
Because it would be like a warm cinnamon roll.
If this one was like room temperature, maybe like he says warm, but I don't know about warm.
That alcohol taste still sucks.
I give this one specifically, I think this is a solid 7.8 out of 10 for me. I kind of liked this one a little bit more than the cherry pie,
Oh
to be
yeah,
honest with you.
I also know what I learned this past week. LSU has a salt company. Bam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Louisiana State University.
Yes, sir. Oh man. It's making me
is-
taste it again.
This is quality content, Isaac.
No, it's not. It's horrible and gross.
Oh, that's great. That's great. Yeah, side quests. My head's bald. My car broke.
I do really want to make this a big deal, though. Because, Jordan, this has to be the most different our hairstyles have ever been in the history of the podcast.
Yeah.
Because when you take into account, let me just, 1 second.
I'm assuming you recently got your haircut again.
Yes, sir. So it's like, it's under this thing that my mom has called a modified mohawk, which it looks good 1% of the time just because of the way my hair sits. It's not going to really look good until my hair gets longer.
I think it looks really good right now, actually.
I
Not
appreciate
specifically right now, but like,
I appreciate that.
Like,
I said this morning to my mom, this is the greatest haircut I've ever had. I think I really like it. Even at this length.
yeah,
You know?
like if you got it on one side, it looks fantastic. If you got it straight back, I think it looks fantastic.
Yeah.
I don't know what you got going on right now. That's
It's
not it.
It's messy right now. 1 second, let me fix it.
There we go. That works.
I've wanted to rock a slick back kind of look for years. And I think I found something that works, kinda, for the most part. Something I struggle with is how thin my hair is. I don't think it's thinning. It's just I've noticed that it's just thin, and I hate it.
I cannot relate to that.
Yeah. But let's go on a trip down memory lane. Jordan, we started the podcast with both of us having, just whatever haircut, hairstyles, normal looking hairstyles, but for some reason,
There was a point where we had the same hairstyle.
yeah, like it took zero communication. We both grew out our hair at the same time. We started popping out the man buns, growing out them bangs and stuff, right? And then, also without any communication, we both go and get a haircut because we dropped out on the long hair situation. And for a long time, we just had normal, shortish. I mean, sometimes it got a little bit longer, but like in the parameters of what is a normal guy haircut, for the longest time, we just ran with it. And now,
Most recently, I wasn't even trying to grow out my hair. It just kept
kind of just
happening.
did. Yeah. And so, in a season where I'm growing my hair out again, Jordan goes and does this.
Yeah.
Homie shaves his beard and shaves his head. Homie like Franklin the Turtle.
Am I
Homie,
not turtly enough for your turtle club?
homie the bad guy in Spy Kids. He's a thumb.
Especially if you look at me from behind.
Yeah.
The last time my head was shaved was Casey's wedding.
Homie Dwayne the Broth Johnson.
Okay. I don't even know what... Okay. Yeah, thank you.
I still love you.
And yeah.
But tell us why. Why shave
Well,
the
okay,
face? Why
firstly,
shave the head? What's
New
going
Year's-
on? Are you having a midlife crisis?
New Year's Day, I shaved my beard, right? That was just because it had been 1 year to the day, right?
Yeah, you did a little project. I was happy and excited for you when I noticed.
I also took a picture of my face every day for a year straight.
Yeah.
I wasn't as successful as I wanted to be, but like I've got 366 pictures, so
You should really just make that into a video.
I want to.
Or just
I want to.
send literally 366 photos to me.
I could do that too. So I was thinking I like doing things with my hair specifically, like just something different. Like a frequent thing I like to do with my beard is just try to do something different every time I shave. I'm going to be doing just the mustache again for a little while because I think I can actually look really good with that for some reason. But
Hey, can I step in?
sure.
Don't do that.
Shut up.
Do a mustache with the stubble. That's in.
But my hair, my hair on my head, I don't know. I really enjoyed having it shaved, and I really enjoyed not having to wear a hat at work. So I shaved it.
Honestly, so like you obviously shaved your head 3 years ago, right?
Mm-hmm.
In truth be told, I do think you look good with a shaved head. I don't think I would. I don't think I got the hairline for it.
He says that. Wait a second. Hold on. Hairline for a shave.
You even with your head shaved right now, you can tell where your hair's supposed to be, bro.
Yes,
All
but
right?
that's not the
with,
point,
With
dog.
my whack ass hairline.
Shut up.
Do you
Just
remember?
be quiet.
Do you remember when I shaved my head?
Yes.
Gary said, "Hey, your hair's kind of getting back there." Everybody would think that I'm just. Oh, he shaved his hair. He gave up.
Oh.
That's what the thought would be.
Shaving your head's not giving up. Giving up is when you just let it grow no matter what. That's giving up.
No. Shaving your head is like known to be like, oh, he's accepting that he's going to be bald.
It's
so
acceptance.
he's getting a
It's
jump
not
on
giving up. There is a difference, and I promise you that.
it. Well, giving up avoiding baldness is an aspect.
I guess, yeah, maybe, but I don't know. But I never heard anyone say that. I mean, I did hear Gary say, "Oh, it's getting back there." I remember that, but like I don't know.
Hey,
Okay.
hey, the audience can't hear what you just did.
That's
Okay,
fair enough. They actually cannot.
he seems in a good mood
He
today.
does seem like he's in a good mood. Anyways, where was I? Oh yeah. I think you've got a perfect hairline for a bald head. I think your biggest problem is that you looked way too much like your dad when you shaved your head.
See, that's the problem.
Like you looked too much like your dad. Too much. Like too much that I could not accept it.
See, what I don't like in and of itself is, first and foremost, there's no problem with looking like your parents because
Unless
you
you're-
literally came from your parents. Okay? You know what's in freaking side a banana peel?
Bananas?
A banana. Wow! Crazy! Whoa! But anyways, people like my mom and just some other characters in my life have just made it such a negative connotation to have anything in common with my dad, and that's BS.
I don't think it's negative. I just...
Well, some people have projected it to be a negative thing.
Well, I'm saying for me, as I just said, I did not like that you look so much like your dad. I don't think I'm not saying I don't say that's negatively.
Yeah, I'm not taking that from you.
I say that I don't like it because I know how different you're trying to breed from your father.
See, the only problem is I don't. Given how some people have just brought that up so often already before I've ever decided to just go bald, it has happened at such an occurrence that has in and of itself become annoying.
I will say I do
Oh,
think
you laugh like your dad. You walk like your dad. Well, yeah.
I think you do look really good with the shaved head. I think it fits your stature and your head shape very well.
People have said that with me in the mohawk.
I mean, yeah. I think that also is a true statement. I think those two tend to go hand in hand.
Yeah.
But like, I don't think it the bald suits your character, though.
It is a little out of left field for the way that I am.
Yeah.
That is
Yeah.
true.
I think that's my biggest problem with it, is it doesn't match how you act.
How's a bald guy supposed to act? Is he supposed to get like a swastika on his chest? Or
No. It's just like a lot of the bald dudes that I know act a certain way. James is an exception because he's just, he's James. He's an amazing person. But,
something? Bald people, not amazing. You heard it here first, folks. From Jordan Van Cleve, bald people suck. So that's why he shaved his head. He has identified as a sucker. Dad, you should beat him up.
sorry, Jerry.
I know he's listening.
You're not a bad person. I love you. You don't suck. I'm not saying that.
He just means you're there, that you're not amazing. With the exception of James being amazing.
Bald people tend to be a bit more, what's the word? Brash? Is that the right word? I think that's the right word.
I don't know.
And not mean, not aggressive. I mean,
Bold
sometimes.
and brash.
But a bit brash. A bit bold. Yeah, bold and brash. How about that? That works. Yeah. But, I'd say, although I would say Isaac is quite bold.
Oh, thank you.
He is the bold letters. That is Isaac.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. It's just, yeah. Yeah,
It's just yeah.
It's just, yeah.
It's just yeah up in this mug. Can we talk about how just like out of nowhere, like we just had this conversation this past weekend about we accidentally got like a new set of nicknames
Huh?
in our Scaldstone group chat.
Huh?
Guys,
Oh.
ladies and gentlemen, let me
You're talking
introduce
about
to you Co-Prez Jordan Van Cleve.
Yeah, I am co-president.
I do like that.
And he is King Isaac.
Yeah, co-president Jordan Van Cleve and King Isaac.
See,
It's
I
a
like-
whacked out government system, but we got it.
I like co-president because it feels a little bit more than co-founder, but it doesn't quite feel like co-CEO, which is what you tried doing to us, having us be at the very beginning.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't want to be co-CEO with you. This is your baby. But, I do want to be significant still.
Co-prez.
I was okay with co-founder.
I like the shortening of co-prez.
But I like co-president. I think I can rock with co-president.
Put that on a
Hard.
freaking t-shirt, bruh. For real.
Yeah.
Co-prez. Co-president Jordan Van Cleve. Co-prez JVC. And then Scald King Isaac. And,
then-
Emperor of the Rednecks sign.
Yeah, that was self-proclaimed. So,
Yeah. Yeah. And then Marcellus is black.
Yep, Marcellus is black.
We could say that because he
You know-
established that.
Can I just say something really quick?
Yeah, what's up?
We went from Dustin to always saying, I'm white, to Marcellus always saying, I'm black. Do you know how funny that is to me?
That is crazy.
He's like, have you noticed that?
He's like, I'm black. And people are like, what? He's like, Isaac's the king, Jordan's president, and I'm black.
I mean, I'm just like, that you are, I guess.
yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah. Because, I was starting to think, what if we did a T-shirt series of everybody going by their nickname? Oh, we probably can't make a Marcellus shirt. We probably can't. I had so many things to say. Hey, Skullstone finally has
Back in high school,
a black guy.
funnily enough, back in high school, we actually had one of our internet friends. His name was just Black.
No.
He was a black man, but that was just his
mean-
not like his actual
I mean,
name, but that's
maybe
like
if
what
it-
his username was, and that's what we called him.
It's all within the guidelines of what the self-proclaimed black homie says, I love Marcellus so much.
I do too.
I don't know if I want to immediately share this, but a friend of a friend of a friend bought a wrestling promotion that wrestles locally, and someone recommended someone for social media and cinematography for that wrestling promotion. And Marcellus called me about it.
Interesting.
It's not promised, and that's why I'm not going to give too much details on it. But he said that there's a chance that he might work for a wrestling promotion.
That'd be cool.
And he said he's going to bring me along, and we're going to boost the heck out of One Good Question.
Yeah, yeah. Get a bunch of indie wrestlers.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And this might be the first stepping stones to doing a wrestling show for Too Many Burgers.
Like, actually, yeah. Faux show.
This is, bro.
Speaking of that, actually, that's an announcement. Too Many Burgers 3 has an actual date right now.
Yeah, September 18th. Holy crap.
I can't believe we forgot about that.
I can't believe that either. 30 minutes in, 35 minutes in. Oh, 36 minutes in almost. But yeah. Too Many Burgers 3. We should just say that every episode.
Yeah, we probably should.
Too Many Burgers 3, September 18th.
Too Many Burgers 3. What's the theme with this one? Do we know yet?
So this will be the premiere of Marketplace. All right?
Really?
Yeah.
That's a long time away. I figured it'd be ready to go before then even. But
Oh, it should be. But going off of how the previous year the movie wasn't even ready and there was nightmares.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
The way I mapped it out for my buddy Maxwell is we shoot it in April. Maybe shoot it in May. But if we shoot it in April, all right, we get done with shooting in April. That will give us the rest of April, May, June, July, and August to edit it as perfectly as we want it to. It's even enough time for us to edit it fully and then give it to a composer to put music over it.
yeah.
All right? And
Be
that's
expensive to do that,
exactly...
but yeah.
Oh, no. We got in-house people.
Oh, okay.
All right? I got people who make music that want to make music for us.
That's cool.
Yes.
I will say, this is something I do. I don't know if Nevin actually watches or listens to our content. He is a cool homie. He does support us a lot. But he does really, really want to do this with you. I know that. I don't know how much you've talked to him. But, he is going to school actively. So that might be something you have to work around his schedule with.
Literally. That's why we're scheduling it far out. All right? Maybe April, maybe May. All right? 6 or 7 days for you to not give a rip about anything besides making a movie.
Yeah.
And then you go back to your life.
Sick.
That's the goal. That is the goal. Maybe there's a crap ton of communication that needs to happen in the month of January and February so things can get freaking straight for that to be a success. Like me needing to go to his apartment and him needing to get approval from his girlfriend and, stuff like that.
Yes.
But
Here's a couple tips that I know that you already plan on doing, but I'm going to state them anyways.
sure.
Make consistent lighting. So I'd say bring the light boxes. Bring our light boxes if you have to, or just make all the lighting the same.
That's what I was hoping. See, here's the thing.
Also, use the same camera every time.
See, I love everybody that I work with.
Mm-hmm.
In what we've done with making movies. Love everybody. But last movie, we were moving the light tree for almost every shot, and I hated it because it was inconsistent lighting. And so,
Well, I'm not saying moving it's entirely bad, but if you're moving it, you got to make sure it's directed at the person.
yeah, something like that. But like, if I can get just natural light
Because like
for as much as I can,
proper
I'm gonna go for
movie
that.
sets, they definitely use light boxes and they definitely move them every time, or every different shot, I should say. Maybe not every different take. Definitely not every different take. But, like, they definitely use lighting rigs, and, like, those definitely move.
Yeah.
But they're always on the person, and that's what makes the light consistent.
The reason why I explain Marketplace is because Marketplace is supposed to be like a comedy, right? Maybe a little bit of rom-com. Little bit of rom-com. But primarily a comedy, all right? Put it out into the sky, up into the mountains. This is Isaac's first real attempt at a comedy short film.
You know,
And so, the whole gimmick, Too Many Burgers 3. Extra cheesy.
I like that. Okay. I get it. I get it.
Or
but what's the theme?
Or
though?
a cheesy trilogy.
What's the theme though?
I like a cheesy trilogy.
I like extra cheesy.
Okay.
I think that's perfect actually.
Well, because like I don't know if I want to do extra cheesy because I'm so in love with Too Many Burgers 5 extra beef because of the meaty men that
doesn't mean we can't use both.
I
Who
guess
says we can't use both?
yeah, there's a whole Too Many Burgers 4 in between that, so people
Yeah.
won't be like, "Hey." Okay.
We should also fly cheesy in.
Yeah, Too Many Burgers 3 extra cheesy. Plus cheesy.
But you know who's really good with lighting?
Who?
Corey Bone.
Yeah.
He's like really good with
Yeah,
lighting.
he also lives pretty far. I don't think he'd want
Well,
to
I
do
mean,
it.
true, but like you said, it's just a week and it's pretty far out.
It is
Maybe
a
he
week.
would be willing.
Yeah. Should we start a Kickstarter for this movie?
I think that's always a benefit.
You think so?
Yeah, because even if you, well, I don't remember if it's GoFundMe or Kickstarter that makes you return all the money. But like one of them is like even if you don't hit your goal, you can still use whatever funds you got to do what you're trying to do,
See, my idea is
depending on what the goal is.
people said use Kickstarter because you can give away prizes to donors.
Yeah.
But like at first I was blanking on what we could like possibly do. But what I'm thinking is in Marketplace, homie buys a bunch of junk off of Marketplace.
Mm-hmm.
So what if every donor just gets a mystery box and inside it's a prop. It's a prop that was used for the movie.
That's funny. That could work.
Everybody gets junk, but the only reason why it's cool junk is because it was a prop in a movie. So, yeah.
That's something that people can donate to Goodwill in 5 years.
Yeah.
For sure.
So like, I don't know. I don't know how to do Kickstarter, but you know, I got good friends that know how to do Kickstarter.
That's something that you can figure out.
And so like I think if I just got like $3,000, I wouldn't have a single worry in the world about setting up this movie financially. Because especially if I can like get an arrangement, like what if I went and talked to like a property owner, like a guy who sells or rents out apartments, right? What if I was like, hey man, how much would you charge me to have a space for 2 weeks? You know?
You could definitely do that for sure.
I gotta start thinking about how I can get
They might
connected.
just make you pay the deposit.
That'd be cool. Just be like, hey, can I have a space for literally half a month for a movie? That's like doable as heck.
Yeah.
As all heck. Dude, I'm getting excited. Like this is getting cool, man. Yeah, but oh, dude, this is gonna be great. This is like a whirlwind of thoughts already. But Jordan, do you have any other side quests besides how our cars are crap?
Yeah. What did we just come back from doing, Isaac?
I mean,
That's a side quest.
the
Can't tell me it's not.
the sandwich shop holiday party.
Yeah.
We went bowling.
Bowling, it was that spare time. We
Yeah.
can say that. Spare time's a bowling place, arcade, free food,
Yep.
free sody pops.
Yep.
I paid for alcohol, but Isaac got to meet some of my work friends in like a non-professional setting. Got to meet my boss, Mr. Tyler. He's going to be making us a sign someday.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was really happy to have Isaac there, but he didn't seem too thrilled after the whole thing, which is kind of stupid because it was amazing.
What, me?
Yeah.
I had a good time.
Don't act like it, motherfucker.
It was free dinner, free drinks. You know? I just don't like employee settings. You know?
Really?
Yeah.
Employee settings. What does that even
Yeah,
mean?
it just feels weird.
Feels
Maybe it's because I've been to a previous sandwich shop holiday party.
Well, yeah, but
and
this
then that
was
kind of
really
rubbed me the
different than
wrong
the last
way.
one you went to.
Like, this was bar none a way better experience. It's just it just had like that dark background for me in my personal opinion. But like, hey, those game cards unlimited the entire time. That was fun. That was fun. I had a good time. We should have played more games together.
I'm not big on the arcade side of things.
Oh, dude.
I enjoy bowling, except for the fact that I fucked up my thumb. Like,
Yeah, bro,
hard,
you're a little bit
actually.
self-destructive. It's like you reading out loud.
Huh?
You bite your tongue when you read.
Oh, it's that only happens sometimes. It's when I read out loud, I have a twitch in my mouth. But like, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, can I talk about my weekend?
Did you have a special weekend?
I did have.
Oh, that's right. You did your salt conference thing.
Yeah.
All right. I figured that was gonna be like the meat and potatoes or something.
Yeah. Well, it is. Do we have any
Oh.
other other segments to do? Check your notes, baby girl. You wrote 'em down for a reason.
Fancers. would be-
Fancers. Oh shoot.
That'd be it.
I'm so lacking on fancers.
Stupid.
What should I ask him right now? We'll go over who answered in the first half hour.
Didn't we ask a question last week?
Did we?
I'm pretty sure we did.
I don't think we did.
I'm pretty sure we did.
Give me the question.
I don't know.
What do you think it was?
You can. Let's find it. What? Wait a second. We got another subscriber.
Hell yeah.
We're at 298 now.
Hell yeah. Yep. The last
crazy.
one is the 1.2 billion.
Oh yeah, but I'm pretty sure we asked one, like in the episode. I mean, like a new one that we didn't post on Facebook yet.
Oh shoot. Continuity is gonna suck.
I mean, don't. It's not like it's not the first one that's happening.
That's true. So what do we want to ask our fans right now?
Why did
Simple
this
question
get a copyright? What the
For
frick?
my friends, who is your favorite pro wrestler? Boom. What do you think? What do you think?
That's crazy.
We cannot listen to our podcast on the podcast, Jordan.
Podcastception, man. It's fun.
No,
Let's see. Right.
I'm gonna die.
You're gonna die.
I'm gonna die.
You're gonna die.
I'm going to
Why?
self-destruct.
Technologically right.
Stop it.
It's broken.
It's broken.
People are gonna get so confused,
Data transfer.
bro.
Whatever.
We're not even talking.
Ask your question, dummy.
Who is your favorite pro wrestler? Boom.
Freaking doofus over here?
Bam. People are going to answer that. So let me be a little bit long-winded. Salt Conference. Ha, baby.
All right.
Dude.
I'm just gonna let Isaac talk for a little
No,
while
you
now.
should be involved in this conversation.
I had nothing to do with this, even remotely.
I want you to
dude.
know that. Okay, so do you know a little thing called The Tonight Show?
Yeah.
Okay. Who's the host of The Tonight Show?
Jimmy Fallon.
Jimmy Fallon. All right. Is Jimmy Fallon best friends and hanging out with every celebrity that he has on his show?
Jimmy Fallon, I feel like he does hang out with a lot of the people he talks to.
Okay.
Jimmy Kimmel, maybe not so much. But Jimmy Fallon, he's one of those guys. He's definitely like a homie.
Yeah, but does he live with all of his guests?
Hang on. What?
Didn't know you guys were gonna be recording today. That caught me off guard. I've probably been popping off a bit too much.
A little bit, but they can't hear you. It's fine.
You haven't been caught. I see that you're in a good mood, and that makes me happy.
Oh, I'm popping the fuck off downstairs. I'm having a great time.
All right. But Jimmy Fallon isn't there the way
I
you're there
guess,
with me in my life. Okay. It's not like it's not like Jimmy Fallon's like, oh, you're gonna talk about the Oscars. Well, I wasn't there, so you just go tell your story.
There, though.
You just tell your story.
He
I'm just gonna
usually
sit back and just wait till you're
usually
done.
is at the Oscars.
Shh, it was
He's
a bad
pretty
example.
sure he's hosted them once or twice.
It was a bad example. Anyways, I'm just gonna wait for you to tell your story, and then I'll clock back in. No, he asks questions.
Well, I don't-
He gets into the conversation.
See, here's the problem. Another problem. I don't care.
You don't care about Christ being followed.
No, I don't care about what you did. Okay,
You
man.
don't. You're about to. All right, let me tell you what. All right, Salt Company Conference. All right, 3 days. More like a day and a half when you really think about it. But 3 days. That was really the biggest thing that kicked off my my year of 2025. Started on January 3rd, you know. This was my first Salt Company conference. Jordan, do you know how to count to first?
-1,
All right.
0,
So,
1. Wow, I did it.
it is crazy. I wouldn't say overwhelming because overwhelming has like a negative connotation.
I don't think so.
Well, overwhelming in a good way, I should say. As in, you look around when you walk
maybe
in.
it kinda does.
And there's a grand stage with lights and fog. And, you know, I have hard opinions about some churches who have to do the lights and the fog machine and the screens, you know, and make worship a concert. Like, I have hard opinions about churches that may or may not have to do that every single week to actually have people give a rip about Jesus. But on the special occasion, aka this once a year Salt Conference, it was amazing. It was absolutely amazing. Jordan, I never really liked worship music.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't believe you.
No, for real. Like, I would show up to church late on purpose sometimes to just skip the singing. I wasn't really about the singing. I am about the message, all right? And then get me out of there for the singing, okay?
I guess
it's
for
not
that,
like I'm
I can
allergic
kinda
to
understand
the
that.
singing. I love singing myself, but like, especially like when I don't really know the song, it's hard for me to get into it. You know,
Yeah.
I worship my God in different ways. You know, we praise him in our own ways. Okay, it doesn't always have to be through sing song before a message, right? But for some reason, Jordan, I really got into it. And I don't think it's like, oh, it took Salt Company having to take worship to the level 11, you know, but it's just that as I've been going to church, I'm starting to recognize worship songs. And I think I finally have like a favorite worship song. And that's really nice too. And I'm starting to recognize them and get familiar with the words. And I came away on the last day being like, wow, you know, worship music really isn't that lame. You know? Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm maturing in my walk. I mean, I always will be, but it's just something that
Not enough guitar in worship music.
I think you'd like this one song. But for real, I was just in it. I was in it because, like, I'm not really one that puts his hands up or closes his eyes or moves around in jubilation for worship. I'm there, you know, just sitting, bumping my head, you know, mouthing the words, singing it a little bit, you know.
Yeah.
And that doesn't necessarily make me a bad Christian, you
No,
know.
not at all.
Not at all.
Not even remotely.
It's just, it wasn't my taste for the longest time. But for some reason, I got inspired to really dive into it and have a really great time. And I was definitely putting my hands up that time. And I'm just glad because, like, for a long time, I was like getting down on myself. I was like, am I even legit? You know, am I a real Christian?
What?
If I can't get down with the Lord and His
That's
music,
not even
you know,
okay.
see,
Come
I
on,
wouldn't- I
man. That's
wouldn't-
just silly.
I wouldn't.
That's just silly.
I wouldn't cast that judgment on anybody but myself. Okay, I really wouldn't. Okay, I challenge myself all the time.
You are
and
the
stuff
most
like that.
critical person of yourself. That's
Everybody
crazy.
is their own worst critic, sir. Okay, that's
This is true.
That's the truth. Okay, but anyways, I don't want to explain everything that happened because not everything that happened is worth telling a story about. It was awesome. 6,000 college students, 33 colleges, 16 different states. Really awesome. Really big deal. The next generation's going to be fine, right? But anyways, I got two stories. First one. It's the end of the second day. And the service is all about forgiveness and the way you carry yourself and stuff like that. We were in Galatians for most of the weekend. And there was this part where he's like, a lot of you guys lack forgiveness for your mom or your dad or your siblings or just people close to you. And that is not good.
No.
It's eating up at you. And he's like, that is a phone call that you have to make. Like, you go make that right now after this. And that really spoke to me, you know. I'm going to be very transparent up in this mug, okay? Worship starts, and I'm like, all right, I got to go make a phone call. And Jordan, guess who I called?
Your mom?
Yes, I did.
Your mom.
Jordan, tell me why I'm such... Yeah. Jordan?
What? Okay. Tell you why you're such what?
I don't know. For almost no reason.
Okay.
I call my mom. She says hello. And I start crying. Yeah.
I don't know why. I don't know why you did that.
I get so emotional. And I apologize to my mom. And I talk to her about how we're entering a new year. And we have had the same problems. You know, it's a three-way dynamic. I get so sick and tired of my mom and my sister. The same can be said about my mom, about my sister and my sister about my mom and I. And it all goes back and forth. But I see it as a curse. And I talk to her about how, you know, I need to forgive her for the things that she's done. But, like, I also talk to her about... Because, like, Jordan, I feel like I've accomplished something in this family dynamic. And you know what that is?
What's that?
When Isaac starts crying, people start listening. For real. Like, my mom and I, we've gone rah-rah at each other a few times. My sister and I, we've gone rah-rah at each other
More
a few
than
times.
a few times.
Yeah. But when Isaac's emotional, when there are tears coming down my face, they slow down and they see what I have to say. And I think that's a pretty important thing.
Yeah.
It's a pretty special thing.
Yeah.
And so I talk to them and I apologize for the things that I know they don't like about me. I apologize for my lack of forgiveness. You know, our three-way dynamic of not forgiving each other has made us sit in a standstill of just not enjoying each other's company. Not even on holidays. Dude, like, it sucks. And so I told her, I was like, hey, 2025 is the year we get rid of all of it. The score is 0-0. All right? We ain't going to bring up what we did in the past. We ain't going to bring up bad things. Okay? We cannot hold things against each other anymore. Okay? That starts today. And I was so emotional in the moment. I was like, Mom, can you please forgive me? And she says, Isaac, you know I always forgive you. And in the back of my head, I'm like, well, no, you don't. But that wasn't important to bring up, okay?
Yeah.
That was not important to bring up, so I didn't bring it up. I was like, you know, if she says that, maybe she can speak that into existence of actually learning forgiveness. And I hope my sister learns forgiveness, and I hope I learn forgiveness. And it was so weird because I finished my phone call, and I even noticed this during the phone call. I was definitely not the only person that left and made that phone call that they said to make. There was like 50 other people out there.
Yeah.
Cause like it's so weird because like you've been to Hy-Vee Hall.
Mm-hmm.
We've done Des Moines Con.
Mm-hmm.
So like the worship area is in the main part of Des Moines Con,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
Where I made my phone call was where our booth was.
Oh yeah.
And Des Moines Con, okay? I love how I can just explain it like that to you and you know exactly what's going down.
Yeah.
The whole dynamic of it being full-blown worship in one room and the other room being so quiet, and you look around and you see 30 to 40 to 50 people going like this, and some of them are crying just like me, and that's all you hear is quiet conversations and soft sobbing. And that was just such a freaky experience for me because you know exactly what kind of conversation every single one of those people are having.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, call me a Jesus freak, but the Holy Spirit was like,
Okay. You're a
there.
Jesus freak.
It was there, bro. And so, I don't know, it was so cool. I can't even compare the experience to anything else. And that was my second favorite part of the weekend.
Second favorite?
Mm-hmm.
What was your first?
All right. So,
You're so goofy when you ask for these segues, man.
I already stated that I recently learned that LSU has a salt company.
Yeah.
They are literally the newest salt program because they became salt official at the turn of the year. And so they're just fresh. And the school is so big that despite being the newest salt group, there was, I think, like 50 to 100 LSU students there,
Nice.
which is impressive, you know? And so I get there on day one. I was like, oh, LSU's here? My favorite college? I get a little girlish, you know? I'm like, ooh, that's so cool. Go
Remember when your
Tigers.
favorite college was Notre Dame?
No, I don't. Anyways,
Your dad's gonna call you as soon as he hears this.
what are we talking about? What's Notre Dame? Bunch of Catholics. Anyways, man.
Oh, I await that phone call. I am gonna. I pray that I am here for that.
Stop it. Oh man. Okay. So, I for the first 2 days, I had been wanting to put it on my SALT conference checklist to talk to some LSU students, get to know some LSU students. Like, hey, wouldn't it be cool if I got connected with some people who actually went to LSU, And I'm a little scared to do it. I'm like, man, that'd be kind of awkward, But, like, that's the whole point of meeting new people, Because, like, it's weird. I'm the most extroverted introvert on the planet Earth. It's weird. I finally muster up the courage at the end of day 2. So, like, this is probably, like, an
Should've
hour.
got them on one good question.
So this is, like, an hour after my first story, right? I catch these 2 boys just standing around. LSU's about to leave, probably go to their hotel room or something. But I stopped these 2. Their name is Luke and Eric. And I'm like, hey, guys, so what's it like to be an LSU Tiger? And they're like, oh, it's pretty freaking awesome, man. They're like, more importantly, where are you from? I'm like, oh, I'm from Des Moines, born and raised here, went to school here. That's my school I'm representing. But I'm an LSU fan. That's why I'm talking to y'all. And they're like, oh, that's cool. Sick. We love to hear that, And I said, yeah. As a matter of fact, I got my dad's Christmas gift to me today, and it was some LSU gear. He got me a hat and a hoodie. And they're like, dude, the next words that came out of their face. You want to sit with us tomorrow morning? Yeah, I would love to do that. Really?
God, you're a fucking dork.
I am a dork, bro. I got to be an LSU Tiger for one morning. Okay? I can't afford the tuition, and I don't believe in college anymore. Well, I do believe in college, but not for me.
College is important.
College is important,
Things.
especially when you have an objective career choice, like a
Yeah.
doctor or a lawyer.
Oh, absolutely.
All right? And even,
Law school is a must.
even if you have a subjective career choice, if you can afford it, if you can do it without sending yourself deep into debt, I'd still say do it. I'd still say do it, but don't ruin your financial life because you feel like you have to go
That
to
was
college.
wild.
That's like literally my only stance. I feel like college is such an awesome experience in and of itself that if you can't afford it, do it. For realsies, do it. If you can't, really, really, really make yourself think that it's worth it. So, outside of that, that's a little bit of a segue. But outside of that, back to the main story. Yes, I got to be an LSU Tiger for one morning. All right. The morning comes. I try to track down Luke or Eric. I find Eric first because I recognize him from the Broncos hat. And he recognizes me from the day before. I'm like, hey, sick. And this guy was so hospitable. He introduced me to every person that he ended up talking to that morning. He helped me get in contact with the LSU flag, and I got to wave it. You saw my profile picture.
Yeah, I did see that. Yeah.
Dude, I'm in love with that photo.
The colors on it are a vibe.
I want you to know that I am aware that you already think that I am very, very narcissistic and self-absorbed.
No,
I
it's
am-
only one very, okay? No two.
I am this close to just printing out that picture of me and framing it.
That would just be silly. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna be blunt.
That
with
is
you.
a
would be
moment
silly.
in time, sir. That is a moment in my life
would
that
be
meant
silly.
a lot
That
to
is
me.
a flag. You can buy one on Amazon and do the same thing.
What? Print out my profile picture?
No, like buy a flag on Amazon and do the same thing.
What? Just get the flag?
Yeah.
But I want the picture of me.
I'm saying what you did in the picture.
Oh, well, yeah, but like, I want the picture of me on the wall. That's like,
I think you're still missing my point.
I think you're missing my point. I love the picture.
What I'm saying is, you could buy a flag, an LSU flag off of Amazon, take a picture of yourself waving it, and print that out and get the exact same effect.
I said that's a moment in time captured. I'm not going to try to recreate it and be like, okay.
I'm not saying. Okay, I'm just.
I don't get you.
I don't
get what you're getting at.
I don't get why that's a moment in time.
It is, because let me tell you, this is my story.
Okay.
All right. So I talked to some other LSU students. You know, we talk about football. We talk about Louisiana. We talk about Louisiana living. I actually ran into one guy who apparently worked for the football team while Joe Burrow and company was playing for them. Literally to work for the greatest college football team in the history of America.
I thought Joe Burrow was Iowa
Is
State.
such a flex. No, that's Brock Purdy, baby girl.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Because he's a party boy.
The honor it would have been to just be the equipment manager for Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, Joe Burrow, and the crew. Oh boy, that'd be something. But yeah, that was really cool. But none of that matters compared to what transpired during the service. It starts like any other service. There's worship, you know, we take notes, we listen, right? It talks about, hey, God's cool, you know.
God is cool.
So
He's very
I'm
cool.
sitting in the morning service, of course, in the LSU student section. Excuse me. I'm sitting next to Eric.
Eric.
We didn't meet no more than 12 hours ago
Nice.
for the first time in our lives.
Nice.
And there comes a point in the sermon where they said, hey, lock up with the people near you and let's go into prayer. And I thought it was going to be one of those things where we bow our heads, close our eyes, and we sit in silence.
No,
and,
I said lock up. That means you grab your friend's hands.
Yeah, like a little bit of this, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'll put my hand on your shoulder. We're going to bow our head and close our eyes, and we're just going to not say anything, right? Like, it's just, we're going to have a moment of silence. Nope. See, Jordan, I am so, well, I think I'm so awful at praying over people because I don't exactly know how to say things with confidence. And it's not in the generic, oh, you don't need to know the fancy words. I know I don't need to know the fancy words. I know how to pray. I know how to talk to God. It's just when it comes to praying over other people, I don't really feel like I'm doing it well. You know, it's awkward. I feel like people are listening to me. I mean, they are, but like I don't know if I could say anything that someone would find powerful, you know?
Okay.
Anyways, this kid, I got my eyes closed, and this kid starts crying. He starts crying, Jordan, and being very honest with me, being very transparent with me. And I am surprised. Eric says, I'm really worried about my brother not knowing Jesus. And my mom, she says she's a Christian, but I don't exactly really believe her yet. And he went on about like his cousins and his other siblings just not knowing Jesus. And it broke my heart and it made me emotional because I felt like I was going through the same problems. Oh, you got a sibling that doesn't know Jesus? Oh, you got a mom that likes to play church and doesn't necessarily, you don't necessarily know if she's taking it seriously? That's crazy, Jordan. Out of all the students I could have sat next to, this kid's dealing with the same stuff I'm dealing with.
Yeah.
And so I tell him basically what I just told you, that I'm dealing with the same thing. We had a heart-to-heart moment. And then we went in prayer. Dog, that was the most powerful prayer I've ever prayed over anyone. Granted, this is like the third or fourth person I've ever prayed over. Okay, we're not even in the double digits yet for how often I've done this because I feel like I suck at it. But the words just came out like friggin' butter, bro. Maybe it had something to do with how relatable his problems were.
It absolutely did.
But I'm just so proud of the fact that I could do that for him. I said amen. He looks at me with wet eyes. He says, I really appreciate that, man. And it was crazy because, you know, I'm not a long-winded prayer. I'm a long-winded guy, obviously. But I'm not a long-winded prayer.
Sure.
Mainly because of my negative stigma with myself about
Your thing's not about length, it's about amount.
yeah.
You'll pray multiple times a day for like a minute. Not even that. 30 seconds.
I mean, there's been times where I talk to God for 30 minutes straight, but that's when Isaac's in real deep trouble. There's been times where I'm up at 3 a.m. on this other side of the room, and I'm not having a good time. But that hasn't happened in a long time. Just know that.
It's amazing what happens after I go to bed. Now I'm concerned.
But anyways, it's
See-
crazy because we got done a little bit early, and I just look around, and you see thousands of students locked up in prayer, and you hear the quiet of people praying to each other, and it is so awesome. So awesome, dude. Like, I'm almost sad that you weren't there. I know that you're too old for salt now. Like, easily too
You will
old for
be
salt.
soon.
I know I will be soon. But hey, I got an in, okay? But it was a one-of-a-kind experience. So, worship at the end starts. A certain song comes on. He starts sobbing still, right? And I had this moment of, what would I want someone to do if I couldn't help but cry during worship? So I locked up with him. Hands on our shoulders, hands up in the air. And we just did that until worship was over. I barely know the guy, and I love that dude.
Make sure to follow him on Instagram.
He didn't have an Instagram.
Make sure to friend him on Facebook.
I got his number.
You got his number.
I got his number.
Yeah, that's good.
I let him know he's 18. I'm 25.
Oh, so he's like
He's a freshman
Early.
for LSU.
early.
Yeah.
Okay.
I observed the dynamic. Yes, him and I are going through the same exact thing. But maybe I've been dealing with it longer.
Yeah.
And so I was like, hey, man, whatever you're going through, you could talk to me about it. I told him, I don't want you to make the same mistakes that I've made while having a mom like that, while having a sibling like that. Because I look back on how I've treated my mom, and I've invalidated so much of her journey with Christ because I feel like she's not doing it right. And that's not what you're supposed to do.
No.
And so I want him to avoid some of the mistakes that I've made. And so I told him a little bit about the mistakes that I've made, you know?
Yeah.
And, yeah, we exchanged numbers. I let him know that he can reach out to me anytime. We've texted a little bit since then. But yeah, he left. And I walked to my DMAC section. And I never saw him again. Maybe I will next year. Maybe I will next SALT conference. But until then.
Will you be in the next song conference?
Oh yeah, I will be. Easy peasy. But yeah, that was bar none the most important thing that happened in my heart this past weekend. God put me next to that kid. God had me meet that LSU student compared to the other 50 students that were there. What are the freaking odds, Jordan? What are the freaking odds? I told Hope about this. And she said, a few months ago, I'll just read what she texted. Because what she texted was really powerful, dude. She said, this is literally huge. Because months ago, you're like, Hope, I don't know what to do. And now God is like, someone like you needs you. You'll know what to do. Someone like me needed me. And I knew what to do in that moment. That was crazy.
Yeah.
That was crazy, bro. See, I don't know. Isn't it funny how 2 years ago we're like, we're not a religious podcast. We're not going to talk about religion.
So, okay. I'd say we still don't really talk about religion. Like, it's not like we're talking about our experiences with religion. That's different than talking about religion.
Yeah, I guess we're not preaching or anything. Even though I do get preachy.
Sometimes you do, but like with good reason, and it's really just through your own experiences. And I think that's what makes it really important.
Yeah. Yeah. That actually reminds me, did you see the little bit of advice that I sent out for people on my stories? Yeah.
I did.
I think that's really good advice.
It is, yeah.
Do we get into that for the listeners?
If you want, go for it.
Yeah. I literally. Okay. Here's my piece of
pull it up.
advice that I put out. I said, hey, if you want to start a show of any sort, a blog, a vlog, a podcast, a talk show, something, right? And you're worried about sounding interesting / sounding like you know what the heck you're talking about, right? Literally the easiest thing you can ever do is state your opinions and your thought processes and explain why you think that. That's like most of what sports journalism is today. Here's my take, and this is why I think this way. If you provide a statistic or a story or a quote behind anything that you have to say, you're going to sound legitimate. You're going to sound like you know what you're talking about. Depending on the topic, you might sound smart, but it's going to have someone taking interest. All right? Like we're not the most educated couple of people.
No.
Not at all. We haven't talked about statistics even other than our channel statistics.
That's analytics.
All right? Or analytics. But we haven't talked about sports statistics ever on this podcast except for 2 times where guests select football.
Episode 4 and episode 100
something. Yeah. But we, for example, I hate horses. Why? Let me tell you the story of how a horse almost killed me. That actually did happen one time. I'm not going to go into that. But, yeah. Just doing something as simple as that and bringing in consistency, you're going to do great. You're going to do great. You're going to be just fine, baby girl. Okay? And so, yeah, that was a silly little segue. But, yeah, dog, Salt Company Conference, that was the 10th annual. What a special way to start my 2025. Insane, dog. And so I could probably talk for 3 more hours about everything that happened at Salt Conference, and it would all be quality. It would really all be quality because, I'm the best storyteller in the world. But I'm not going to. Those 2 prestigious stories that I just shared.
If you want more, then come next year and experience it for yourself.
Exactly.
If you can.
Yeah. And even then, I just have a feeling that every year is going to be a little bit different simply because, it should be. But yeah, that's my meat and potatoes of it. Even though I'd probably still just title this episode "New Hair, New Me"
Yeah.
because we both got new hairstyles. They're both our hairstyles are very different from the last recording.
Yeah, well, I mean, maybe a little less so than you, but yeah.
Hey man, I got a modified mohawk. I love it.
You're adorable.
So let's see if anybody said anything on Fancers, huh? Oh, we got 4 answers, I think.
Did my dad answer?
Wait a second. I don't think we got anything, actually.
No, we definitely got something because I already checked.
Oh, okay, cool. Oh, we got 2 comments. Okay. Nathaniel Jensen says, Brock Lesnar is mine. Got a chance to meet him when I worked at Menards in Alexandria, Minnesota. Wow. That is actually like the peak location of where you could probably spot a Brock Lesnar in the wild because homie lives in Minnesota and of course he'd be at Menards. Homie knows how to live off the land. He's there to probably build a deck or something like that. And so, yeah, handyman at Menards. Yeah, that's crazy. And then Andy Van Cleve.
My dad.
What?
He just
What?
he just commented a gif of Stone Cold Steve
Stone
Austin
Cold.
cleaning out his ear and saying, "What?"
Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Because his favorite is Stone Cold Steve Austin.
316.
My namesake. We've stated that on the podcast before.
Open up a can of whoop ass.
Yep.
Austin 316 says, I would
But-
have whooped your ass.
But this is a fun fact. My dad has actually met Randy Orton before. It was at the start of his career. Yeah, it was back in like oh god, way too long ago. Long time ago.
Well, if it was at the start of his career, I'd probably say that happened between 2002 and 2006.
I think it was in 03.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's definitely Baby Orton right there.
Yeah, he's got a picture of it.
That's when he was like 21, dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So, I mean, those are the 2, I'd say, most significant wrestlers to at least me. Is Randy Orton and Stone Cold, even though my favorite is CM Punk, just because I think he is an actually really good storyteller.
We are not friends anymore.
I've told you this before.
I don't like you.
I don't like you.
Seth Rollins for life.
Seth Rollins just is loud.
John Cena for life.
Seth Rollins, John Cena can yeah, he's got my respect.
Well, he's better.
Well, yeah, I mean, look at him.
We would have, if you didn't like John Cena, but you're a CM Punk fan, not only would we have to stop being friends, but I'd have to put a shotgun to your head.
If you could, I'd beat
But
you
let's,
first.
let's go back to the Randy Orton and Stone Cold likings. I like that part of you. It's kind of funny how many similarities those two have. 2 bald-headed, crazy persons that have snake-based auras. Texas rattlesnake and the viper.
Yeah.
I like that. Well, that was the laziest fancers of all time. But I
Thanks,
promise
Dad.
we will
Love you.
We will bounce back next week, hopefully. Remind me, baby girl.
Well, what's the question?
Well, I don't want to post it right now because
Post
30 minutes.
You
30
can wait
minutes
till
ago.
tomorrow, but we still gotta post. Have a question.
Okay. So, salt or pepper? Awful question.
That is the worst. Just
Proposed
recommendation,
question.
proposed question you've ever given.
I know.
That's worse than any single one that I've ever given.
Oh, I know. Let's see.
My goodness, dude. All right.
Ooh. If you... Now, hear me out. I don't know how to phrase it yet. But if money was not a factor, where would you go for your dream college experience?
Yeah, just what's your dream college?
A lot
I
of people
was
would
gonna
probably
say-
be like, the one I went to.
Those people are boring.
Yeah. Like Kia Soul drivers. Those people are boring too.
I was gonna propose like, what is your dream con? I say con as in it could be conference or convention. You know, con.
Do you think my Facebook audience would be picking up on what I'm putting down though?
For your question,
Yeah.
yeah.
Cause like it's hard to think of like
Just what is your dream college? Yeah,
convention
that's
examples.
like. Well, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the college one.
Oh, yeah, we might get a lot of answers on that.
I think we definitely could. I think we should definitely do that. I'm not saying we do mine.
Okay.
That was just what I was going to propose.
Okay. Yeah, what's your dream college? / did you go to your dream college?
My dream college is
Do you have a dream college?
Canada.
Do you have a dream college?
The cheap one.
If money was not a factor.
The cheap one.
Okay, if you didn't get charged to go to college, where would you go?
The cheap one.
Dog.
Whatever one's closest. I don't want to leave.
Okay, so I guess you'll go into DMAC. Good job, brother.
I'd also be willing to go to Iowa State, though. I heard Iowa State's actually got a really good architecture course.
Yeah, because architecture's your thing.
Yes and no.
Dream college? LSU.
Shut up.
LSU.
No one cares.
Baby.
No one cares. LSU is awful college. Don't go there. I'm just kidding. That's an absolute joke. Please do not take that seriously.
Oh, yeah, one thing I wanted to note. So, yeah, as I said, Eric had a Broncos hat. And I caught him while he was leaving, and he did not have his hat on. I'm like, hey, man, where's your hat? Bro. I had 2 jokes in the bank. I only told him one of them.
Yeah. What was the other one?
Well, I walked back to the stands with him to grab his hat, and then I was in the back of his ear like, don't worry. Nobody's going to steal a Broncos hat. He's like, oh, funny. The other one I had, but I didn't tell him, was, the Broncos really are a forgettable team, so. Silly. What's crazy is that, like, out of all the LSU students that were so nice, he was the only one that actively said that he's upset with me because he found out I was a Raiders fan.
I mean, hey, I'm a Lions fan.
It's good to know that
It's
God
pretty good
is,
to be a Lions fan right now, though.
It's good to know that God is bigger than both of our NFL teams, that we could,
Absolutely.
be a Broncos fan and a Raiders fan.
And that's
that
why
pray together.
Isaac can absolutely be in a relationship with a person that is a fan of the Chiefs.
We'll find out. Because it hasn't
And
happened.
there's a lot of them right
It
here in
hasn't
Iowa, so
happened yet, okay? I will say that.
I mean, you were pretty good friends with Dustin.
Yeah, that's true. But honestly, if I end up marrying a person that just
What's
so
this sound
happens,
Not really different. honestly.
if I end up marrying a person and owning a home with a person that just so happens to be a Chiefs fan, I'm gonna order one of those custom rocks, and it's gonna have a Raiders logo and a Chiefs logo on it.
Yeah.
And on the top, it's gonna say, "Pray for us." I think that'd be perfect.
That's cute.
I'm gonna
That's
ask,
very cute.
I'm gonna ask a family relative if that ever happens.
Well,
please, housewarming gift, wedding gift, something like that, please.
It would so work though, like being real, because like they're the biggest. They're the rivals of each other, right?
Yeah,
So like, yeah, that's cute. That's like a thing.
yeah,
That definitely could be a thing.
yeah. I think.
My wife's a Chiefs fan. Oh, how?
I think more people would be like, "How is your husband a Raiders fan?" Oh man. Oh man. I'd try to convert her real quick. But it's whatever. Jordan, who or what do you dedicate this podcast episode out to?
This podcast episode goes out to bowling balls.
Nice. I forgot to give this a rating. The alcohol we just tried. Okay, so like if I don't want to give it a curve because I'm biased. All alcohol on a certain scale.
I did not
Awful for
grade
me.
mine on a curve. For some specialty ones, I usually do, but this one I did not.
I'm gonna give this a 6 because I don't really like raisins. I'm not gonna jump at cinnamon bun based drinks. Okay.
Yeah.
If this
Yeah.
was the key lime, I would give it a 10. I would give it a 10, even though I still sense the alcohol in it. I would give it a 10 based on the fact that it was probably the single greatest piece of alcohol I've ever had in my life. Right. But anyways, we didn't have that today. But going back to what we dedicated this podcast episode out to, this one goes out to Eric. Eric, the Broncos fan that's from Florida and goes to LSU. That guy's a little bit all over the place, but yeah.
And that Eric's the one that you
Prayed over?
yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. We
He
love
seems
Eric.
like a cool dude.
He seems like a really cool dude, growing up as a show choir kid,
Yeah.
it happened a lot growing up where you go to a big event because it's a show choir competition and then you meet someone and you only see them for that one day. And maybe you got their number. Maybe you got them on Instagram. I, to this day, am a 25-year-old man, and I'm still getting used to that it's just going to happen where you run into someone and for one day they're a really awesome, special individual, and then you never communicate that with that person ever again. I'm still getting used to stuff like that, and I really hope Eric hits me up out of nowhere sometime.
I got a really big feeling he will.
I hope so, man. We talked about it because he was stuck in Iowa for an extra day.
Oh yeah.
And we talked about like maybe going out and hanging out and doing something, like going to the Jordan Creek Mall.
Yeah.
But they kept on like changing their schedule, and he unfortunately could not get back to me about that. They were gonna go ice skating, and I was definitely not gonna do that. I don't have the money for ice skating because you have to pay for skating, and then you also have to pay to rent the skates, and that was not in my funds for that moment. But if they were gonna go to the mall, I was totally gonna go to the mall because you can go to the mall without spending money.
Absolutely.
It takes willpower, but yeah.
Absolutely.
But yeah.
Thank
This
you,
one goes
Eric.
out
You're
to
amazing.
You, Eric, you are an awesome kid. I hope your education at LSU is an awesome one. I hope you find a Christ-loving, gumbo-loving, alligator-fishing girlfriend that's from the bayou, okay? Because you deserve it, all right? So, yeah, 1, 2, 3, amen?
Amen on 3.
1, 2, 3.
Amen.
Amen.